I'm sure you heard the news. It's getting harder to sell on Amazon, and that's because it's more difficult to find a profitable product to sell on Amazon. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to find a profitable product, and at the end of the video, I'm actually going to give you a profitable product to potentially sell on your own on Amazon. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO and founder of EHP Consulting Group. We're a multi-million-dollar Amazon consulting firm that helps sellers like you sell and succeed on Amazon. If you're a fan of Amazon, please do drop a like below. It surprisingly helps the algorithm and helps our video. And if you love Amazon or you're an Amazon seller, do drop a subscribe because we're going to be launching a lot of videos that's going to help you out and help you succeed on Amazon. Let's dive in. Okay, so the first thing is to have a full plan. What's your plan? And I have this little plan for you, and it's the steps to launch. So you do the product analysis, you find a manufacturer, you test buy from the manufacturer, and you test buy the #1 competitor's product. You create an updated list of what our needs to include and how to make ours better. So how do we make ours better than the competitor? You're gonna create a logo, file a trademark, optional but recommended, brand registry approval, check out to patent guide to ensure ours does not violate patent. Sometimes you want to double check to make sure yours doesn't violate a patent or a trademark and all that good stuff. Then you create the listing. You're like, okay, now it's good to go. It's not patent infringed. We're good. You create a how to order doc. So this is the steps on how you're going to actually place the order with the manufacturer. You want it to be perfect, right? The how to order doc is an idiot-proof document, so that way when you give it to a Chinese manufacturer or any manufacturer, they know exactly what colors your product is, what the instruction is going to look like, what is the box going to look like, is it going to be vacuum sealed? It's a step-by-step where if you gave it to a 10-year-old, they'd be able to look through it and say, where yours is supposed to have this, it's supposed to have this. This is extremely important to have, so that way every time you place an order, it's the same product every single time that you're getting. Then you place the order, you create a launch strategy. For us internally, we make sure that we have inventory management, you have your own consultant, the customer service team is managing your account and looking at all the account health, everything in between. Then you officially are going to be launching on Amazon. You're going to be implementing that launch strategy. Then optional, you create once you start making sales, you create the website, create the social media, website SEO, and then you re-optimize. So you're gonna get reviews at this point, you're gonna re-optimize it and make sure that you mitigate the negative reviews and you continue to improve the product. Products are not set it and forget it, you're always improving, usually. So that's an example checklist, and that's #1. #2 is setting expectations for yourself. Personally, I've launched over 30 successful products on Amazon myself for clients over 100. So there's a lot of experience that goes into this, and it usually takes 6 to 15 months to actually start the product research and launch it on Amazon. So it takes sometimes up to 15 months for it to be live on Amazon. That's a long time. It could be as little as 6 months. It could be less. That's on average, depending on how quick the manufacturer gets back. When you do the test buy, is it perfect? How many documents you need? Does it need gating approval? All that fun stuff. But just be ready that usually it's going to take 6 to 15 months to launch your product on Amazon. The cost of it is going to be between $1,000 and $10,000 to launch a product. And it depends on what type of product it is. If I'm launching refrigerators, I'm trying to sell refrigerators on Amazon, you know it's going to be at least $100 a pop to buy those, and then maybe we'll resell it for $300. So 100 times 10, you're already hitting $1,000 for the product costs. And you're obviously going to want to have more than 10 units when you're selling on Amazon. If you're selling a smaller product, maybe like headphones, it'll be like $20 a piece, and it's going to be a lot less expensive to sell compared to a refrigerator. So that's #2. #3 is you want to find at least 2 to 5 products. So you want to find 2 to 5 products while you're doing product research and then you want to launch at least 2 to 3. So launch at least 2 to 3 products on Amazon in completely different categories. So maybe one is a dog bone. The next one is completely different. It's a human supplement. So it's like a supplement that makes you stronger or helps with protein, right? Completely different. And the third one is a biodegradable bag. Completely different products, completely different categories, but your chance of success is very high now because it's likely that one of them will succeed. And this is what we do with our clients. We always try to have 3 products that are completely different categories, and usually one of them does way better than the other ones, and it's usually not the one that we expect. So definitely have a list, and then you can try to narrow down that list to the top 3. Number 4 is to start product research. So you want to already have like a list ready to go with ideas. Do you have any ideas? And then you want to start product research. There's free tools. There's down in the description. There's AMZ Scout, which is one that I love, and you can sign up for free. They have like a free subscription, so definitely try them out. You can also use other ways like TikTok, and you can use TikTok to find different gadgets. So you can type in Amazon trends or Amazon products. So here's a good example. They try to find, this account just finds products, right? And you can kind of just get ideas and write them out. What you want to find is something that's extremely niche. And what that means is it's very specific and it's something that people like never heard of. So this would be a good example, an indoor electric s'mores maker, right? Could you do an indoor electric funnel cake? Everybody loves funnel cake. Funnel cake maker, do they have that? I don't know, right? Think about things that you like and things that are already successful, like this one. And then, because it has tons of reviews, right? What else do people like to do inside? If they had funnel cake or cotton candy, right? That's still popular. What can you come up with? Come up with ideas, write them down, and then you can utilize these tools to double check your ideas. What I mean is, let's say now let's do indoor funnel cake. Nothing like the one that we just saw. So bada bing, you can find the manufacturer. So what a good item like this. You can actually find the supplier on Alibaba using like a tool like AMZ Scout, and it does a reverse image and boom, there they are. So this one is in business for 21 years. You can contact them and be like, do you know what funnel cake is? And you show them what funnel cake is. You show them videos of funnel cake. Can we make one where you can make funnel cake at home? Yes, of course we can, and they can make it, right? And you'll be surprised. The Chinese usually can make everything. They're like OGs at remaking products. So come up with ideas, look at your competitors, and then triple check it. Make sure you have a list. Okay, so you have your list now, and now we're going into making it's time to decrease that list. So you go through and you're like, this actually was a stupid idea. Write down every idea that you have. And now it's time to double check things. So questions to ask yourself. Does the product have more than 10 competitors? We literally just saw the funnel maker has like no competitors, right? There's no at-home one that we saw. So it has 0 competitors. And here's a little tip. The less competition, the better, right? You want to have less than 10 competitors. Does the product have a 25% or higher profit margin? You can use a profit, an Amazon profit tool, or you can, AMZ Scout also has a profit analysis. So you can figure out the profit on it once you click on the listing. Right here, you can just type in the cost. You can find it on Alibaba. Okay, so this item costs $6.90. And then AMZ Scout is already doing the work for us. Let's just give it a second. There you go. So what is it, like $7 a piece? And then you can kind of see the profit margin is 59%. So we can just say, let's say it says it costs $6.90 and you're reselling it for this price, which is $27.99. Let's just say it costs $10 and the profit margin is pretty solid still. Oh, buy box price is $27.99. Just make sure you fill this in. There's also an profit calculator. You can just Google Amazon profit calculator. Just Google that. And then there's also an actual tool from Amazon that's free as well. So you want to utilize free tools in the beginning. And then you're going to go through this list. Does it have a good profit margin? That one, when we first looked at it, it had 50%. So 50% is amazing. 35% is great. You want to have a high profit margin. Anything above 25% is good. Anything below that, I would not recommend it. You want to be really in the 35 profit margin just in case something goes wrong. Is there a barrier to entry, right? So if you're selling supplements, there's a barrier to entry because you have to give Amazon a certificate that says that it can be ingested, it's made in a GMP certificate, it's good manufacturing practices, and all this fun stuff, FDA verified facility, all that fun stuff. Is there a barrier to entry? A barrier to entry is sometimes good, so that way there's going to be less competitors long term. Can we get around, if there is a barrier, can you get around it? Is it a seasonal product like a water gun? I don't really like seasonal products because it only really sells during a certain season, aka summer for water guns. Is it a long-term product, right? Is it like a fidget spinner? Fidget spinners are like just trending, they're not really long-term. This one, everybody loves funnel cake. You've loved funnel cake since you were a kid. Everybody loves funnel cake. Yes, it's a long-term product. Do you think it has a patent? And then you have to do patent search. Do you think it does, right? Well, the one that we're going to be making is going to be completely from scratch, so it's not going to have a patent. But if we're copying this guy, we probably want to do a patent search just to make sure they don't have a design patent in the US. Because if they do, you're going to get kicked off of Amazon. Do you think China can come in and easily compete, right? So if the funnel cake maker, there's a lot of different steps to do it. And if you have like a video, you create the product and you create a video. This is how you do it at home. The Chinese can't really compete if you are from the US and everything's in perfect English and you have a video explaining the directions. You're going to dominate because people are going to buy the cheap Chinese one. They're not going to know how to use it. It's going to break easy. And you're always going to be improving your product. But you have to just see, like if it's a water gun, it's kind of self-explanatory, so the Chinese can come in and compete pretty easily. If it's a supplement, it's going to be harder because usually supplements need to be US verified and stuff like that. And you're going to check how much the competitors are making in sales and what would you rate the product. After that, you're going to dwindle your list down to like your top 3 items. Again, we want to like sell 2 or 3 items in completely different categories. So you're going to like dwindle this list down and then you give it your own rating to launch the top 3. Then you're going to start looking for the manufacturer. Again, go back to the step list to see what step you're on, but we're going to start finding the manufacturer. You need to look at the manufacturers. Again, AIM Scout does a product image search so you can kind of find it and then contact these manufacturers. This one's been in business for 21 years and it's verified. It tells you what verified means. It means they're legit. So pretty cool. You can just contact them and say, hey, I need this custom made product. How much will it cost? And don't get your hopes up if one manufacturer says they can't do it. Even contact the little manufacturers because the little ones might be more willing to and be like, this is going to be an awesome opportunity for us, right? And the question is, do they answer questions quickly, right? You want to give them ratings as well, right? Is their grammar and English good? This is just through messaging. Quickly means once every 24 hours. Grammar and English, make sure it's decent, you understand it, they understand you. If you keep asking them the same question and they don't understand it, it's time to back out and find another manufacturer. How many years have they been in business? This could affect it. I've worked with manufacturers that have only been in business for 1 year and they're still very good, but it's good to see if they're verified or they're still in business. And of course you want them to be kind and respectful. Because if something goes wrong and they're not kind and respectful, they're not going to help you out. So you want to make sure that if they're like laughing at you, ha ha ha, you're not very good at this, then go get another manufacturer, right? Do yourself a favor and you're going to give them a rating. Maybe you can reach out to 3 manufacturers. If it's a custom made product like the funnel maker, you might want to reach out to like 5 or 10 manufacturers on Alibaba and see if they can make it. Number 7, so we're on number 7, is to do that trademark and that patent search. So the trademark and patent search is super important. You just want to make sure when you come up with your brand name, nobody else is taking it. Also, if you're, let's say we're reselling this and we're coming up with our own name, you want to make sure there's no design patent or utility patent on this. You can either find your attorney, you could try to learn how to do it yourself, which is a little bit difficult. And then number 3 is you could hire somebody overseas, like on Fiverr.com. Patent search, it depends on who you hire, should be around $100 a piece. And then trademark search, you could usually do yourself. If not, it should be around, again, $100 a piece. Sometimes patent searches are more, but it depends on who you go to. Now that you did your patent search and you're like, okay, it doesn't have a patent. If there is a patent, Is there a way to get around it? Ask the patent attorney, hey, how do we get around this? Oh, just change 2 things, you can get around it. Bada bing, now you're happy, you can get around the patent. We've done that before, but now it's time to get your trademark. So I do recommend a trademark because you get brand registry on Amazon, which helps you get 30 reviews and or more. There's like an infinite review glitch in one of my videos that I posted. So definitely get a trademark. Trademark's around $350 if you do it yourself, which isn't that difficult. If you hire an attorney, I believe it'll be around $1,000. So we also offer that service for less than $1,000, but it's up to you. Number 9 is getting it shipped to Amazon. So you should be all the way at this. You should have like your how to order doc, right? Make your how to order doc. This is what color I want. This is what my logo looks like. This is what the product insert. And you should have already bought the #1 competitors and took photos. You should be measuring the competitors, looking at the colors, making sure your box is just as good or better. Your instructions are just as good or better. Look at their negative reviews and see what you can do to improve, right? So you should add all of that in, and then you find a freight forwarder. A freight forwarder is somebody from China that will pick up your goods and then do all of the freight for you and get it to Amazon FBA. So you can type in Amazon freight forwarder and you can find a lot of them. And then just be cautious. If you want, you can go directly through the manufacturer and you pay through everything on Alibaba, because if you pay through Alibaba, you'll never get screwed, pretty much. Because you can get a refund instantly. In Alibaba, you always win as a buyer if they try to screw you, if they take all your products. So always pay through Alibaba initially is my first recommendation on that. And then number 10 is just to optimize your listing and go with a launch strategy. So again, we come back to this. So now you need to create your launch strategy. You need to make sure that you're ready. You're managing your customer service. You're getting ready to go. You're talking to your freight forwarder. Hey, when is it going to be at Amazon? Everything is ready to go. Once it hits Amazon, you need to be going in on that launch strategy, getting reviews, running Amazon ads, all of that fun stuff, so you can dominate and you can order more, right? Once you're done with that launch strategy, you're gonna re-optimize and just make sure that you're slowly improving your product. Maybe there was a grammar error in your instructions and you didn't know, one of the videos missed one point, and you're just like, okay, you add that in, you mitigate the negative reviews. You can't remove all the negative reviews, they're gonna happen, but you can mitigate them and improve your product. That's pretty much the A to Z of launching a product on Amazon, doing it yourself. I know I skipped some steps, but I hope this video really helped you. And at the end of the video, I did promise one product, and that's gonna be the Tour Striker Smart Ball. I saw this the other day, and it was killing it. The main negative review, you can check these negative reviews, but everybody's making a lot of money on this. Let me see how much money they're making. And this is supposed to give you a really good idea on a product to launch. Maybe I'll launch it. Maybe one of our clients will launch it. The issue is you put this ball in between your hands, right? And what happens is it starts to deflate. That's the negative part of it, but it helps you get your golf game on point. But if it's deflating every single time and it has a hole in it, you'll never want to buy the product ever again. And let's see, they are making $24,000 a month off of this tiny little ball that probably costs $2 to make, and they're selling it for $50 on Amazon. Come on, come on. And are they selling in 2-packs? Are they selling different colors for girls? No, they're not. And why aren't they? Because they're not improving their product, right? So this is an easy way to dominate the market. Their pictures aren't even good. They're not even the right size on Amazon. The list goes on, but they're making money. That's the point. So if you can dominate them and you can get around their patent, because they are patented, which is not difficult to get around a patent. I can tell you that if you know what you're doing, or if you can talk to a good attorney or an overseas attorney and say, look, how do we get around this patent? Change 2 things, bada bing, bada boom, and then you can dominate the market with that. Hope you learned something new. If you did, again, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP, and if you need help, contact us today.